Hello everyone, my name is Rithika and I am a member of First Tech Challenge Team 5795 Back to the Drawing Board. And this video will be the first video of the LEGO Mindstorms programming series. And I'm going to start with an intro to LEGO Mindstorms. So these are the main components that you will be seeing when building and programming your LEGO Mindstorms. So the first one, the most important one, will be the EV3 brick. So this is like the brain of the robot. And so that's where you'll be connecting the wires and downloading the program from the computer to run the program. Next is these connector wires. So these are what you will be using to connect the motor to the EV3 brick. And this is the USB cable. So the USB cable is what you will be using to connect from the robot, the EV3 brick, to the computer. So use the USB with the computer, and this will plug into the side of the EV3 brick. And these two are the two types of motors. Medium motors will be used mainly for attachments like arms for pushing or pulling things, and the large motor will be used for like things like wheels and larger components of the robot. These four down here are the sensors. So the first sensor is called the touch sensor. It has a little button in the front, which once touched, you can program the robot to do a certain action. Similarly, the ultrasonic sensor, it's called ultrasonic as it sends out like sound waves and sends out waves and receives information about the distance between an object in front of it and itself, and can measure the distance. So if it sees an object in front of it, it can detect the object and change its motors based on the code. The color sensor can see different colors. It can be used for things like line following or seeing objects of certain color in front of it. And this is the gyro sensor, which has these things on top which help to calibrate the amount that the robot has turned to help make more precise turns. So this is the two sides of the EV3 brick. So for one side, it will have these ports which say 1, 2, 3, and 4. So these will be used for these sensors. So you plug in the wires and attach those to the sensors, and you can assign each of them a different sensor. So you can have up to 4 sensors per the brick. On the other side, you'll have A, B, C, and D. So these will be used for attaching the motors. So you can have up to 4 motors on a robot. And this is the PC port. So this is where you can plug in the USB wire to program your robot. And this is the top of the robot, what you will see once you turn on the screen. You can turn on the robot by pressing this middle button and holding for a couple seconds, and it should light up red when it's starting up or turning off, which you could turn off by pressing this gray button here several times until it'll have an option to turn off or on or keep on. You can navigate between the screen using the up, down, right, and left buttons. And you can also use this button to exit a program once the robot has started running. When a program is running, this will light up green, and it'll be red if it's on or off, and it will turn orange if there's an alert of something is wrong with the robot. So these are some of the screens that you'll see. They're the different windows. So this first one is the recently run programs. So you see these are each files that are in the robot. You can have a lot of files in the robot, each of which you will name differently. And so these will be each of those programs you can run. The second one is all of the programs that you have downloaded onto the robot. So you can have these different folders, as you can see here. In this one, it shows that when you can open a folder and you can have a list of programs, which you can compile together into a folder if you would like to have multiple programs for a purpose, or just want to put that together certain programs. On this third screen you see here, so this is it contains a lot of the programs for, the apps that are on the robot, like port view, motor control, IR control, and brick program. So port view, if you go into that, there will be several options that will allow you to determine how much a motor has run or how much a sensor can detect, and you can use this to measure distances. Like with the ultrasonic sensor, you can see how far something is, or you can turn a motor to measure the distance that you might want your robot to run. With motor control and IR control, you will be able to use the 4 arrow keys on the top of the robot to control the motors and sensors. Finally, we have the settings window, which you can control several things, like the volume. Since the EV3 is capable of playing sounds and music, you control the volume, and also the startup and power down. And you can also control sleep, so how long it'll take until it goes to sleep. And then you can program the robot using Bluetooth. You can connect it to the computer or another controller. You can actually control EV3 with another EV3, like a little remote. So you want to make sure that's on and connected. And then Wi-Fi isn't necessary all the time, but there's an option to turn on Wi-Fi and connect it. And then brick name, so this name up here, it says EV3, but you can change that name so you can identify between different robots. And these are the sources for my images. Thank you for listening to this intro to EV3 Mindstorms. And I'll be back with another video on intro to controlling the robot and programming it to move. I hope you come back, and I hope you enjoyed this video. Thank you for watching.